Northrop High School. Here are the lineups tonight. We will announce both the non-starters and the starters for DeKalb. So first, the non-starters.
We welcome you into Carroll High School for the second cap of the doubleheader for the Carroll Sectional. We'll hand it to the PA announcer as we are just getting ready to start the lineup announcing.
Number 11 is Kyle Dunham. Number 15 is Evan Ostrowski. Number 16 is Jackson Peck Ponce. Number 17 is Nate Turnbull. Number 18 is Cade Malarchik. And now for the starters for DeKalb. Leading off and playing shortstop is number 2, Colin Goebel. Batting second and doing the pitching is number 6, Tyler Stahl. Batting third and doing the catching is number 13, Alec Brunson. Batting fourth and playing first base is number 9, Ben Christensen. Batting fifth in place of the center fielder, number 8, Dylan Geller. Is the designated hitter, number 20, Troy Hickman. Batting sixth and playing second base is number 5, Easton Rhodes. Batting seventh and playing left field is number 12, Dane Meadows. Batting eighth and playing third base is number 7, Andrew Novak. And batting ninth and playing right field is number 10, Logan Petrie. All batters are coached by Tim Murdoch with his assistants, Wes Matzel and Jimmy Long. Since this is Northrop's second game, we are just going to announce the starters for tonight. So the starters for Northrop, leading off and playing center field, is number 10, Jack Hayden. Batting second and doing the pitching is number 11, Braden Kleindens. Batting third and playing third base is number 12, Gavin Schreiber. Batting fourth and playing right field is number 2, Gavin Shanley. Batting fifth and doing the catching is number 22, Jackson Foote. Batting sixth and playing second base is number 3, Danny Stevens. Batting seventh and playing first base is number 4, Brian Bunner. Batting eighth and playing left field is number 7, Marcus Bell. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is number 32, Manuel Lopez. The Bruins are coached by Matt Brumbaugh with his assistants, Gary Gatchell, Dustin Moore, Jeremy Downs, Kyle McDowell, Dan O'Reilly, and Scott Hayes.
After both teams announced, we'd like to welcome you in here as we are getting ready to start game 2. As I mentioned earlier, Balin Height here calling your play-by-play. Larry Windmiller, the local legend apparently, as we've learned tonight through the broadcast, sitting next to me. We've got a great game in store for the nightcap. The 14-9 DeKalb Barons are going to be taking on the 19-8 Northrop Bruins. The Barons are led by Tim Murdoch, and opposing coach for the Barons is head coach Matt Brumbaugh. And Larry, you were talking about playing with him. You coached him. You taught him.
I was at basketball coach for Northwood Middle School at the time. He was at Northwood Middle School, and he played basketball for me for 2 years. And he went over, played basketball at Northrop, went to Huntington College on a baseball scholarship. But I played also with him in the STAM Usual League. He was my teammate at STAM Usual League. We played on the same STAM Usual League for about 6 or 7 years. Very tough competitor. And if you're on Matt's team and you're not playing your hardest, Matt will let you know you need to play a little harder. So I'm sure he does a very good job as a high school coach.
I'm sure we'll hear some of that intensity tonight as we've got a winner go home. The winner of this will be playing the Carroll Chargers as they defeated the Snyder Panthers just the game before 9-2. Leading off on the mound for the for the Bruins is going to be Braden Kleinitz. And opposing him for the Barons will be Tyler Stahl. Leading off the game for the Barons is Colin Gable. As he's getting ready to step in here, he's going to be camped out at third base. We have a special presentation tonight of high school baseball here in Fort Wayne under the lights. I don't think we've brought a game this season, as most games in high school regular season wise would start earlier in the day or at the latest 6 o'clock. So a little bit of a different presentation here as we're getting ready to set for first pitch. First pitch is up and out. Goebel pops it up, center fielder under it, and retires for the first out. Northrop maybe has a little bit of an edge, you could say, coming into this one as they defeated East Noble just a couple nights ago on Wednesday. It was Marcus Bell pitching a 4-hit, 10-strikeout shutout. Never allowed a runner past second base. Pretty impressive stuff as Tyler Stahl steps in, but already have a game under their belt, already have a win, feeling a little bit more comfortable on the field compared to maybe the Barons might be. His first pitch strike in there for Kleinitz. Does that give you a little bit of an edge as a team? You've already played here. You're a little bit more comfortable, and you kind of know what to expect for the sectional format?
Yeah, it's nice to have the game under, but usually you've used your best pitcher, too, to get there. I don't know whether he did or not. Sometimes they don't throw their best pitcher in the first game, but the more games you play, it kind of changes your pitching order around, too. Every now and then, they'll try to get by a weak team with their second or third pitcher, and I've seen many teams end up out of the tournament at that point.
As third pitch drop, strike call, but Stahl is going to reach as it trickled to the backstop. So Barons have a runner on with only one out to start things off. As the catcher, Alec Brunson, steps in. It's nice to see, even though it's a later game, 9 o'clock, probably an 8:55 start. Barons are up on their feet. No sign of slowing down, I guess I should say, is not maybe used to playing these later games.
Everybody can get up for sectional games because that could be it.
Yep, that's right. Survive and advance. A couple of nice pitches here for Kleinitz. Baron batters have been swinging right through it as we get a check over at first base. Stahl's back in safely. Tyler Stahl will be the pitcher for the Barons here in the bottom of the inning. He'll face off against the Northrop offensive attack as another drop third strike.
He can't go. Can't go.
And the runner is out at first anyway because of the runner on first base already. But an error by the not an error, just a mind lapse, I guess I should say. Throw down to second base allows the runner from first to advance to second.
The catcher hesitated to throw to second because the guy was going to first. The guy that going to first was out. You can't. There was a man on first when he struck out, so he can't go to first, even on a pass ball if a man is already on first base.
So that brings us Ben Christensen, 2 outs and a chance to drive a run in here with scoring position. That one's out, but definitely had some speed to it. You could hear the tick when it hit the mitt. That one's in there for a strike. It's home plate umpire a little bit more vocal than last game's. Already can hear a couple strike calls all the way up here. That one's out. 2-1 to Christensen. Now 2-2. Nice to get the first run here for the Barons. As another strike is called, and that's 3 outs in the inning. So the Barons will strand one on second, and the Bruins will head to the bottom of the inning, looking to start the damage early here from Carroll High School. Summit City Sports will be right back.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Yeah.
Welcome back here on SummitCitySports.com as the Bruins are going to get their first crack at some at-bats here in the bottom of the first inning. Home team on the scoreboard. Opposing them will be the starter Tyler Stahl with video game-like numbers, sitting at 5-1 with a 1.60 ERA. That's over 39 in the third inning pitched, racking up with 64 strikeouts on the season. Stahl has been used as the number 1 and the number 2 option as the Barons have a pretty good pitcher in relief. It's Jackson Hantz. But Stahl has been able to show, just as a sophomore, he's able to carry his weight on the mound. Lefty can really throw it. We'll see what his plan is to attack the Northrop lineup. The only time these two teams had meet was on April 5th. DeKalb was defeated by Northrop 8-3. Jack Hayden started for the Bruins. He gave up giving up only just the 3 runs. Talk about what the Bruins did the other night. Defeated East Noble 2-0. Already talked about the performance by Marcus Bell on the mound. Gavin Schreiber, he had 2 hits. And Gavin Shanley drove in a run. I believe the other run was unearned on an error. It's just the 1 RBI for the night. It's a passed ball, I believe.
Well, if Hayden doesn't score, it started a lot slower in the first game because both leadoff hitters and the first batters of both teams scored in the last game.
Talking about it pregame, some people were saying we might still be here if that didn't happen. That first run got through. Still playing that game.
Yeah.
So. Starts it off with a strike to Stahl. Northrop faithful thought that was a little low. Looked a little low to me, but found the zone. Strike 2.
Kid throws well for a sophomore.
He does. Jack Hayden now faces 0-2. Hayden out in center field tonight.
That's strike 3.
Hesitation swing, couldn't hold it back. That's the first out of the inning via strikeout for Tyler Stahl. Looking good so far as a sophomore.
Now batting is the pitcher, number 11, Braden Kleindentz.
Braden Kleindentz now steps in on the mound, looking to start things off. That one's low. Ball 1.
Yeah, calls the ball, can he?
I think we might have heard some groans over here on the Northrop side. That one slapped foul. As that ball looked in a similar location as that first called strike in the last at bat. Or second called strike. Another called strike for Stahl.
He's hitting his spot pretty
42.
well. It's pretty much the same place every time there. But it's if he's going to call it there, you're going to have to hit it.
That one's up and out now, 2-2. That one slapped. Diving play by the second baseman, run into right field. And the Bruins have their first hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, a change in
As Braden Kleinden's reaches for the first hit of the ball game by either team.
Gavin Schreiber.
Now Schreiber will step in here. That one's called strike. You're right, he's not missing his spots.
He's been hitting
Yep.
outside part of the plate most of the time, and most of them around the knees. And every now and then he comes up and in, just to back him back off.
As a hitter, how are you trying to force him to bring it back up to you? Because if you keep taking pitches, it's just.
Well, you're just going to have, you're going to have to do what the last hitter did. You're going to have probably hit it the opposite field, hit it to right field. Yeah, I got past ball.
Pass ball, courtesy runner.
That's a wild pitch. I'd hit the dirt before it got to the catcher, so that'll be a wild pitch.
Now the Bruins in business, runner in scoring position. Schreiber will have a chance to drive in a runner here. Now Stahl step off. Step towards the plate, and it's out. 3-1 now. Now fouled off, makes it full count. A full count here, big play. Hit on the ground, second baseman's got it. Nice play to range over. But the courtesy runner in Taryn White will advance to third. So 2 outs, runner on third. Pass ball can score him now. Easton Rhodes over at second base today for DeKalb. Made a nice play to range over and get the runner at first. Now Gavin Shanley steps up.
Man on third, cleanup hitter up.
Big opportunity once again here for the Bruins. Gavin Shanley's older brother, Garrett Shanley, playing baseball at the University of Cincinnati. It's a key cog last year on the team, along with his brother. And he swings at the first pitch he sees, strike one. That always helps when you got a brother playing the same sport as you. Brings a little bit more of a competitive edge. Push each other. Check down at first base.
1-1 count.
1-1. Infield backs out now here a little bit. Shanley swings right through that one. Minus that hit where it was just about anywhere Had to hit it about anywhere but there, or had to hit it just about the only place you're going to be able to get a hit was right there.
Yeah.
About the only blemish as he strikes out Shanley. The sophomore Tyler Stahl looked really good. That first frame he faced, just the one hit given up. Runner stranded on third base. So we head to the top of the second. When we return, the Barons will be up to bat.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home. Or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne hockey.
Plong with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back here on Summit City Sports, getting set in for the top of the second inning as the Barons will lead off the inning. We're just having a conversation over the break about the lights and how the game before might have been a little tough to see the ball, kind of in that fringe territory of the lights really taking over, but now should have no problem hitters seeing the ball as sun is well down, still a little bit light behind us, but nice and bright for these guys on the field. Friday Night Lights, baseball edition.
Second inning for DeKalb is the designated hitter, number 20, Troy Hickman.
So Hickman, the DH, batting for Rhodes, steps in. Hits the first pitch he sees, pretty deep to center field. But taken cleanly by Jack Hayden out in center field for the first out of the game, or for the first out of the inning, excuse me.
Well hit ball.
Well hit, got great contact on that.
Now batting is the second baseman, number 5, Easton Rhodes.
So I had it written up wrong. Rhodes is in the lineup, and Hickman is just DHing. Okay, so that was my mistake. So now Rhodes is up to bat with Easton, Easton Rhodes up to bat. Yes. Lefty's batting .333 on the season. A pretty solid contact up to center field, but Hayden's under it.
He's got 3 putouts already.
We've got 2 outs here in this inning.
So far, it's either been a strikeout or a fly ball to center.
What'll give first? We're about to find out here. Kleinen's only 18 pitches, excuse me. Through this one, both pitchers making pretty short work so far through their first inning. Now Kleinen's through 2.
These are really pretty good lights, and they're pretty high. But at this time of night, if the ball can get above the lights, that blue sky, the ball will turn almost the same color as that, and you can lose it. But I think they're high enough. That's probably not going to happen.
Do you play a lot of outfield?
Mostly catcher.
Mostly catcher.
But I played all 8 positions. When I pitched, we were out of pitchers. So.
Matter, it looked like he offered, and they'll say he swung. 0-2 to start it. Kleinen's with a chance to keep the trend going of either a fly out to center or a strikeout here. That'll be thrown in for a ball.
If this game keeps this pace that it did in the first inning, it's going to be a lot quicker game than the first one was.
Yep. First game was pretty low scoring for the majority of it. 2-run lead for the Chargers. Good portion of the way through the game. But definitely
A lot of base runners on both sides. A lot of people on base.
That one's called in for a ball. That one's low. Metter thought about it, but held his swing and drive the count to full. See what we're going to get here. Maybe a change. And they'll ring him up. Strike three. So the trend continues. Strikeout or fly out to center field as a late called strike. Ends the inning for the Barons. We'll return here to the bottom of the second inning on SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home. Or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne hockey.
Plong with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back here to SummitCitySports.com as we are through an inning and a half, and the only results so far have been strikeouts and flyouts to center field. I think we had 6 strikeouts. Is it 6 strikeouts or 7 strikeouts through?
He's got 6 strikeouts, but one because now he's got 4 strikeouts because one of the strikeouts got on base.
That's right.
And 3 flyouts to center.
Stahl set back in here after a great first inning of work. This game could fly real quick. It's going to be a matter of a couple runs either way for both teams, I think. It's going to decide the game, so every run could be important. I should say every run is important. Not everyone could be. It will be important as Jackson Foote steps in, the catcher, fouls it off his first pitch he sees. Mentioned it, Stahl's really hitting his spots. That one's popped in there for a strike.
Likes to throw that outside corner to right-handers.
Yep. If we've seen anything so far through an inning, Bruins are just going to have to work with what he's giving them, with the exception of that pass ball there. Everything's been pretty spot on, location-wise, for Stahl. That one's popped in. Strike 3. Tyler Stahl is really rolling.
Now batting is the second baseman, number 3, Danny Stevens.
Danny Stevens steps in. Another called strike. I mentioned earlier, Stahl 5-1 in the season, a 1.60 ERA, and so far through this, not hard to see why.
Now they say if you can find a left-hander that throws strikes, even you've got a good pitcher. This kid throws pretty good. He not only throws strikes, he throws right where he wants to. And he's got pretty good velocity on it, too.
Yep.
Especially for a sophomore.
Nice little pop in the outfield for Steven. Breaks our trend, right?
Well, that's their second hit.
Second hit.
Now batting is the first baseman, number 4, Brian Bonner.
Brian Bunner steps in here. Senior. Swings at the first pitch he sees from Stahl.
He's got a good move to first. He brings his knee up the same as when he goes to first as when he goes home, which means the runner either has to take a chance and take off and hope he doesn't go there, or wait till he starts putting his knee down to take off to make sure he's going home.
Fouled off behind the backstop. It's always nice to have that lefty advantage on the mound. You're looking right at the runner.
Yeah.
You know.
A lot of lefties don't move the same. Their legs don't move the same when they're going home as it does when they're going to first. But his is real close to when he's come. When he lifts it up pretty much the same when he's going to first as when he's going home. Which means you can't tell where he's going until he brings the knee down. Slide step.
Fouled off again.
Nice repertoire there then.
Well, if one thing's for sure, I'm pretty comfortable out there on the mound. The sectional spotlight not shining away from him.
No.
As that's driven.
Looks
pretty solid contact, but out to the left fielder. Met it under that to play it. And keeps the runner at first base.
Now batting is the left fielder, number 7, Marcus Bell.
Bell steps in, had an excellent night on the mound to get the Bruins to this point. 2-0 shutout. So runner takes off for second.
He didn't get enough jump.
And didn't quite get there in time. Almost got the hand around, though. But
Catcher threw it up. It might
tagged out. And that'll end the inning for the Bruins. So they add another hit, leave a runner on. And we'll move to the bottom or top of the third pretty quickly here.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it
They
down.
attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here on SummitCitySports.com. I'd like to remind you today's broadcast is being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're set in here for the top of the third, and rather quickly pace, I should say, compared to what we were used to after that first one. As both pitchers working quick, getting outs and racking up the strikeouts. Leading things off will be Andrew Novak playing shortstop today for the Barons.
Third inning for DeKalb is the third baseman, number 7, Andrew Novak.
First pitch he sees, he fouls off. So that one was ripped towards the Northrop bench area and fan seating.
Fans don't get a souvenir here. They don't want any balls hit at them.
If you can't keep it, not worth getting hit by it. That one pops in for a strike. Novak swings right through it. Another strikeout, a common occurrence here tonight.
Getting a lot more strikes this game we had the first game.
Yep. Kleinense threw up to this point 19 strikes to 10 balls, so Logan Petrie steps in, rounding out the order for DeKalb. That one's low and out. Ball 1. DeKalb's still hitless. Up to this point, looking for their first hit just to get things rolling a little bit. Might have one there. That one's driven pretty deep. Left fielder tracking back, able to get under it. Nice play out in left field by Marcus Bell. Gets the second out of the inning.
He hit one pretty well to the center field first time up.
It's Colin Goebel stepping in there. First pitch he sees, he fouls off. Probably the best contact DeKalb's had tonight.
Yes, yes it was.
The leadoff hitter. So maybe he can restart things here for this lineup and get him going with a 2-out. Get something going on 2 outs. Sees that and fouls it off. You know it's summertime when you can see around the ballpark and you look up in the lights and you just see the mob of bugs up there just circling it. That one's out. Memorial Day weekend is the unofficial start of summer for most. A lot of people up at the lake. Lake season for many.
First big weekend at the lake.
Yep.
Well, they got good weather for it so far.
Uh-huh. Might be a little bit of rain this weekend, but I think it's supposed to stay clear. That one's low. Runs the count to full. So even for DeKalb, getting anybody on be a nice start, even though there's 2 outs. So when I get something in motion. That first inning, able to get a runner on, and they get one there. So runner on first now.
Now batting is the pitcher, number 6, Tyler Stahl.
That one's in for called strike. Pitcher Tyler Stahl could help his own cause here, get things moving for the Barons in this inning.
Foul ball.
Steps into that one, runner goes.
That's going to be hard to find tonight out there.
That one may be resting in the Hickory center field. For a while, if not the rest of its time out there. I see somebody heading out to the fence. Go look for it over behind the dugout, but good luck, my friend.
Yeah.
Pickoff move to first. Gable was standing up straight. Easy back in. 0-2 now. For Kleinense to just go after the batter here with 2 outs. Runner goes.
Nice
hit and run. Nice hit and run. That one drops. Going to get the runner to third. Nicely executed hit and run there. Puts the runners on the corners for the Barons.
And their first hit.
And their first hit of the game. Breaks things up here and puts the pressure on Kleinense now.
Now batting is the catcher, number 13, Alex Brunson.
Now Brunson steps in with a chance to give his team an edge here, and any run would be appreciated in most games, but especially this one so far. Hits and walks have been tough to come by base runners in general. Be tough to squander these opportunities and come back and look later to see what could have been done with 2 outs here. Still trying to get some contact. They do right through the gap between the shortstop and third baseman. That'll score a run, the first run of the game. Nice piece of hitting there from Brunson.
Makes up for his K in the first inning.
Yep. Moves past that and gets the first run of the game for DeKalb. Now a 1-0 lead to the Barons. So after starting the inning with 2 straight outs,
hitting him a little better. It's the second time around. They're putting the ball. Everybody's putting the ball in play.
DeKalb bats definitely starting to see Kleinance a little bit better here. As that one floats low. 1-0 starts off the at-bat. Pitch in the dirt, 2-0. Start to pay attention to some of the pitch counts here for these pitchers. Is clarify the pitch rule. It's 120 pitches, and that pitcher can finish the at-bat if they go over 120 in the at-bat, but must be taken out per sectional rules here in the IHSAA. Now the count sets at 2-1. Foot's going to go have a chat with Kleinitz on the mound. Just trying to chase after this last out here. Limit the damage. Don't let this inning be the one you look back on and say what could have been.
Got to force it every base. That helps. If you get the ground ball, you don't have to throw it across the infield here.
Swings right through it for strike 2. 2, 2, and 2 all across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
He wasn't going for a single there.
Nope. He's looking to put 3 more runs on the board. That swing. Same thing there.
Yep.
And he swings right through it. Gets the Bruins out of the inning, but not before DeKalb strikes first. They lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd from Carroll High School.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home. Or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Looking to center into the slot to Esther, but it's broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
The
hockey.
plung with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freeby with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Until he lifted his knee, and the guy on first base didn't even start to move yet. Until that knee started going home. That's too late. You can't go that late.
Welcome back here on SummitCitySports.com. Talking about Tyler Stahl and that pickoff move. He works with the lefty. Same delivery to the plate as he would to first base. When he picks up that foot, kind of deceiving for that runner on first base. Definitely a weapon when you're on the mound. It's going to be tough for these Bruin hitters to pick up on when they reach base. The way he's rolling so far, it's been tough to get on base. Got some zip to it, but a little high ball too.
Probably because we said he was so good, he's 2-0 here.
Yeah. Marcus Bell now up to the bat, up to plate. Had a couple occurrences of that in the last game. A couple of 0-2 counts looking really good for the pitcher and run 3-2 full count. We should probably just be quiet and let him play. That one pops in for a strike, now 3-1.
Let's come back to make it even.
Yep.
Full
count
count
here.
There they hit.
Nice shot down the left field line. Left fielder slipped a little bit. That hesitation.
Good throw.
A little deeper. Might have been an extra base, but a nice throw in. Keeps Bell at first. So after starting to count 3-0 and then moving it to full, it's a nice single to left field. Lead things off here for the Bruins in the bottom of the inning.
The shortstop, number 32, Manuel Lopez.
Manuel Lopez, the 9-hitter for the Bruins. So I'd really like to see him get on or at least advance the runner. I think the top of the order through, although they didn't look so great against Stahl early on. See a bunt attempt there.
That's because of his move to first. They want to get him to second. And
Could be very tough to run on
tough
tonight.
to run on.
Bunt just rules foul. 1-1. If they elect to, Lopez will have a chance to get one down the line, potentially get the runner over to second. 2 strikes will make it tough. Bunt attempt rules foul. Puts the count at 1-2. And if you're Lopez, you're probably swinging here.
Yeah, I don't think you have him try to bunt again.
Try to put it down the line somewhere, maybe, if it's on the ground in the infield. Away from second base. Swings right through it, check down at first base, and rolls in outfield.
Yep, good backup by the second baseman and right fielder on a overthrow on a first base pickoff.
So Lopez will strike out. And as we learned in that first inning, if there's a runner on first, drop third, doesn't matter. Allowed a Barron runner earlier to advance to second.
Yeah.
But not the case here. So Lopez strikes out and will start over the order. Jack Hayden now set in for the Bruins.
Northrop's had a hit every inning, but they got to get him. They haven't got him past first yet. Now they got one to second, the first inning.
Foul off by Hayden, starts to count 0-1. Not that great of a lead over at first base. Hayden got on it, maybe took it off the shin. A little shaken up there, heading out of the box, takes a little long walk back. 0-2. Hayden flies it up. Looks like it'll run on a play, though. Mentioned earlier, going to be tough to find those foul balls. Hopefully, we got a lot of stray balls hanging around here for the umpires.
It's really after you get back there. This light that lights up the field also kind of lights that up back there and make it a little easier to find balls, though.
Ring him up, strike 3. As we've now got 2 outs in the inning, and Stahl continuing to keep those runners when they reach on first base. They're doing a good job at limiting the movability out there. Bruins have tried to bunt him over unsuccessfully.
Kleindienst got 2 hits now.
Kleindienst will go ahead and drive it down anyway. Didn't quite get as deep as I thought. Runner still running for home, and nope, he'll hold up now. Ball looked like it might have gotten a little deeper than originally it did, but center fielder was able to cut it off pretty
did a good
quick
job.
and get it in. So now first and second for the Bruins on the hit by Kleindienst, trying to help his own cause, even things up.
Ladies and gentlemen, changing the Northrop flag. Courtesy runner is number 16, Taryn White.
Taryn White runs back over to first. A courtesy run for the second time in this one. Pretty good speed from the freshman. As Marcus Bell is the counterpart sitting on third base.
Schreiber put the ball in play last time. He grounded to second, but it was at least he got it in play.
Flies it off behind the plate for the first strike. Bruins now doubling the hits in this inning with 4. Put a little bit more pressure on Stahl here. Now 1-1. Runners at the corners. Schreiber with a chance to tie things up, maybe do a little bit more here. Some speed on first with White. And runners going on contact. Got to hit it deep, though.
There is a pickoff play that can use sometimes with the left-handed pitcher. With men on first and third. Foul ball. With people on first and third is the guy on third. Pitcher, left-handed pitcher can't see third. He's looking at first. So have the guy on third start off and the guy on first start off, he'll probably throw to first. And hopefully he throws to first or you lose your man on third base.
That one's in for a ball. Full count now. Could see maybe a move like that with a full count. Runners are going to be running anyway, but
you got your number 3 hitter up there right now. Usually you don't try plays like that with your good hitters at the plate.
hit on the ground. Second baseman had to come over and get it. He's safe there, and the run will score. Good job by White getting to second base quick. Breaking up that play. Would have been a tough play to make anyway, I think, the way it was.
That was the difference in the full count.
Yeah.
He could take off as soon as he threw the ball.
Yep. That evens things up here. Evens things up here for the Bruins. Still able to do some damage. Got your 4-hitter in Shanley. Struck out last time through. But Bruins starting to see Stahl here a little bit better. Batter by batter. That one's up and out. Stahl's had a couple of full counts here in this inning, but for the most part, pounding the zone, 37 strikes, 16 balls.
That's a good ratio.
Not holding the runner on at first. And that's in for a strike. Much needed strike there for Stahl. That one's in the dirt.
Everybody moves up. Well pitched.
Yep. Both runners will advance. Big spot here for the 4-hitter in Shanley. Really big spot here all of a sudden. Stahl delivers and Shanley swings through it. 2-2. That one's in the dirt. Almost got through again. Would have made things interesting with the speed on third. Full count here. Good call time before the pitch. Trying to see maybe obviously trying to get Stahl off time, but he saw what he's going to deliver there. Gets set for the next pitch. Here it comes. And they'll call that called strike three. Big called third strike. Gets the Barons out of the inning and leaves it tied 1-1 here on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here, SummitCitySports.com. Balin Height alongside me, Larry Windmiller. After a third inning where both teams struck once to keep things tied. It'll be Troy Hickman stepping in for the Barons lead things off. As he fouls that one back, makes the count 0-2. So this phase, you think teams are still kind of feeling each other out, or I think Northrop was definitely starting to see Stahl a little bit better, putting some pressure on him, but Barons still haven't made great contact against Klein Hanses. That's up and out.
Yeah, they only got 2 hits off of him. Fortunately for DeKalb, they were back-to-back.
And there's a strikeout for Kleinitz.
Now batting is the second baseman, number 5, Easton Rhodes.
Easton Rhodes now steps in here. 0 for 1 with a flyout. They'll say he went. Nice appeal by the catcher. You played catcher a lot. What's that process like for you? Were you more of just, if it's close, go for it, or was it almost every time for you on a close swing?
You can kind of tell, but you about ask it about every time. I mean, they could miss it when he didn't swing, too, and tell him he swung. So, you know, if it's going to be close, you usually ask.
And Rhodes retired. So 2 quick outs here for the Bruins.
Now batting is the left fielder, number 12, Dane Meadows.
Meddert steps in now. 7th spot for the Barons. That one's
get the
tough
ball.
play. And Kleinitz
They
makes a
got it.
nice turnaround play. Gets out to first base. Looks like first baseman might have chased after it, but Kleinitz able to make the turn, get the quick out on 1 pitch, and get the Bruins right back in the dugout to get some hits. As we'll head to the bottom of the 4th rather quickly here from Carroll High School.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it
They
down.
attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Carl. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knips for shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Either team.
Welcome back here, SummitCitySports.com. Both pitchers making quick work of the opposing team's lineup. First game, we had a lot of full counts run, a lot of high pitch at-bats, a lot of foul-offs during the at-bats. But this game, rather quick. We talked about it. Pitchers just going after the batter regardless if runners are on, what the count is, sticking to the game plan, and staying pretty composed for the most part. Tyler Stahl takes the mound for the bottom of the 4th with 58 pitches. A lot of that attributed to the last inning where the Bruins were able to strike. Inning also where they had 3 hits, probably their best inning, best inning offensively. So maybe that's a sign of things to continue.
They did have 3 strikeouts, though.
Yep, all 3 outs via the K.
Number 22, Jackson Foote.
Now Jackson Foote steps in. Middle of the order. He takes ball 1. Stahl pops it in for strike 1. That one's fouled off. Now 1-2, so Stahl ahead. Look to pick up the pace he built in the first 2 innings. Although a lot of the damage was done with 2 outs last time around the order. Foote last time it struck out.
Yeah.
And strikeout once again for Stahl. Leads to the first out in this inning. I think this is the part of the order Danny Steven was able to get a hit. That started things off last inning, I believe. Maybe
Yes,
not. Maybe
it did.
it did. Yep.
Yep.
So
2 innings ago.
2 innings ago. So this is where Stahl started to phase it through a little bit, run into some trouble. This part of the order. This gets called strike. was low, ball 1. Still some good spots, though. Not quite getting that call as low as it was earlier in the game for a strike, but there's 65 pitches. Stahl still pretty consistently hitting. That one's low, runs it to 3-1. Maybe one of the later nights I've spent here in my 4 years at Carroll, out at the school, almost 10 o'clock. Had a couple late football games, but nothing quite to this. It's time's called. 3 days left, and Northwest Allen County is out of school.
That'll probably make everybody sad, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Still some baseball to be played, though. Chargers are hoping to continue past the school year. I believe Fort Wayne Community is a little bit later. I think a week or two later. A lot of schools are getting out, though. I saw a lot of schools get out this week. Dwyer, Concordia.
Yeah.
Private schools in the area. So, lucky to them. Brian Brunner now in. Takes ball 1. Throw down to first. Back in time. We mentioned it earlier, though. Stahl doing a great job of keeping those runners. Once they're on first base, they don't go much farther than that. Able to control the base pass.
Stefan he's the one that got thrown out, too. He didn't get a jump when he stole the last time. They threw him out at second.
That was the strike him out, throw him out.
Yeah, so I don't expect him to be going this time either.
Yep.
A tough pitcher to get a jump on.
Fouled back 2-1. As a coach and you're sending those guys, do you kind of got to, is it more of a trust, or is it some guys can just make the jump that others can't? Because, I mean, athletically, a lot of the guys are on the same level here in high school.
Yeah. A lot of times you have to talk to the players about what's the difference in his move between going to first and going home. This player, it's pretty much the same. He lifts the knee the same when he's going home as when he's going to first. A lot of them will lift the knee differently when they're going different places. This kid does a good job with. See how he lifts the knee there, and he lifts it exactly the same when he goes to first. So that makes it very difficult. If you can't go until he starts putting that knee down, you can't make it. And that's what he tried to do when he tried to steal. He waited till he started the knee down to try to run, and that's not a big enough jump.
Full count he goes now.
He took off, though, just before he got it to the top of the lift and took off.
So a full count turns into a walk. Now the Bruins back in business. Runners on first and second, just the one out. Now we'll get a mound visit. Talk strategy here. I mean, Stahl's up, by our count, 71 pitches already. He thought that number might float a little lower than that at this point through the game, but some difficulty already.
He's given up 5 hits, and he's given up, the last 2 batters have both walked. I think those might be his first 2 walks. So he's had a lot of base runners, but he's getting about 2 strikeouts every inning. So that makes it difficult to move the runners around.
That also loads up that pitch count.
Yeah, strikeouts take more pitches than ground outs do, usually.
For the most part, Barron infielders and fielders in general haven't had
No.
a lot of balls hit their way. Second base had a couple balls hit out that way. Marcus Bell now steps in. There's a strike for Stahl. Swing right through it. Starts off early 0-2, so maybe that mound visit calmed him down a little bit.
Yeah.
Really made him focus in on the batter this inning. We'll see, though. A lot of pitchers tonight have had trouble once they get ahead. Goes right after him, gets a strikeout.
Just 8 strikeouts so far.
3-pitch strikeout, 8 strikeouts for Stahl. Helps him gain control a little bit more this inning after 2 straight walks. Now Lopez. Struck out last time, I believe. That's part of the strike it out, throw it out. Tried to get a bunt attempt down to move the runner over early in his first at bat. Now it counts at 1-2. Swings right through it. Strike 3 gets him out of the inning, makes it 3 outs and 9 strikeouts for Tyler Stahl. So high pitch count at 80 through 4, but 9 Ks that's what it's going to put. It's going to put that pitch count up high. We'll return here. DeKalb leading things off in the top of the 5th inning. Right here on SummitCitySports.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home. Or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne
Plong
hockey.
with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freebie with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter.
Welcome back in, everybody, as we inch past 10 o'clock here. Definitely the latest I've been on a broadcast in my year's worth, I think, of calling games. Over 2 years' worth of being behind a camera or a computer for a production. But still plenty of energy here. The Carroll Athletic staff keeps us well kept in the press box and the media.
Foul.
As foul ball starts off the inning from Andrew Novak. Some action down in the bullpen for the Bruins. Novak Hits about the same spot, just in the air. Tough play for the left fielder. But Marcus Bell made a couple of nice plays already tonight. Able to range over and get that one. Retires Novak.
That was right next to the foul line. That was almost, it would have been fair, though, if it had fell.
Yep. Nice play by Bell. Logan Petrie, bottom of the order. Number 9 hitter for the Barons. They'll roll over the top after Petrie. He takes ball 1. Ball 2 in there. For the Barons, just looking for some base runners. Quick inning. Last time out for Kleinance.
Yes, yes.
Just a handful of pitches to get through the 3 batters.
That's 5 guys he's got out in a row after putting 3 guys on in a row.
That makes it number 6. Schreiber makes the throw to first and retires Petrie. So now back at the top of the order, Colin Goebel.
He scored after walking.
Started things off for the Barons last time around in the 3rd for their only run. Like to see it continue. This game just locked at 1 though. Both runs coming in the 3rd inning. That one's up and out, 2-1 now. That one's fouled back to the mesh, back by our camera. That'd make for a viral video. Foul ball smashing right in the middle of the camera lens.
Cameraman catch that, did he?
But yeah, I think so. The invisible cameraman out there. Foul tip caught, strike 3 ends the inning. Another clean inning from Braden Kleinance. And we will head to the bottom of the 5th.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it
They
down.
attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Another quick inning from the Northrop pitcher, Braden Kleinance, brings us to the bottom of the 5th, where the Bruins trying to be the first team to break this 1-1 tie. As we've only got 7 hits total, 5 for the Bruins and 2 for the Barons.
Northrop starts with the top of the order this inning, and they got to get some balls in play. They're making catcher's getting all the putouts.
9 strikeouts through 4 for Tyler Stahl.
Yeah, they got 5 hits, but they got 9 strikeouts. So
A couple guys being stranded on base for sure. Jack Hayden will lead things off for the Bruins. Drop 3rd strike. He's stricken out twice, actually.
yes,
So it hasn't been seeing Stahl very well at all. I believe one of those was called 3rd. But top of the order, start things off, see if they can get a quick turnaround here.
need Hayden to get on. Kleindienst has 2 hits already. Batted twice, got a hit both times. So get the man in front of him on base would help.
Stahl will try to start with a clean slate. As he goes high, first pitch to Hayden. That one's in for a strike. Evens things up 1-1. It's going to be a handful of 1 or 2 runs in 1 inning. That's going to probably break this one open. Watch out in the dugout.
Having a fire drill in the dugout.
That was launched into the DeKalb dugout. Good news was it was more to the left side of the dugout, not as many of the Barons were sitting down there. Looks like everyone's okay. Runs the count to 1-2 though. And there's Hayden right through the shortstop's glove and into center field. So there's that leadoff hitter. See what they can do with it. You've got Kleinens up. We'll see. I wonder how they're going to pitch to Kleinens here. He's seen Stahl pretty well. You'd like to get that runner in first on second. He's 2 for 2 against Stahl, but we talked about that move earlier. Really good at covering it up. It's tough to run on him.
I doubt if they have him bunting, though, because he's got 2 hits. So. Nope, they are.
That runs in for a ball on Kleinens, who was squaring a bunt, contrary to what we thought. Figured he'd be swinging away. We'll see what he does here for the second pitch. Misses the bunt. Strike 1. You think 2 for 2, but they're only just a pair of singles.
It looks like he's trying to bunt to get on base there.
So try to make it a third single, infield single maybe. As they chase Hayden back at first. Stahl goes and foul just over the bleachers. Makes it 1-2. No, probably not going to try for a bunt here as he's swinging right there, and now 2 strikes. Still just like to get that runner over at least in scoring position.
Yeah, that last swing was to go to right field. So.
A little bit of a slap, late swing.
Still trying to slap it the other way, it looks like.
Keeps the count at 1-2. Looking for a break either way are the Bruins. Stahl creeping up on the pitch count. That one's fouled out of play. He's up at 90 pitches now after that one. 58 strikes to 31 balls. Still pretty good ratio. Yeah, pretty good ratio. Means 1 of 2 things. He's hitting his spots and they're swinging and they're hitting them. A lot of foul balls in that mix. That one's hit right
over second base.
Right, second base infield. That'll advance the runner. So now nobody out. And 2 on with Gavin Schreiber coming up to plate.
Okay, you got your number 3 hitter up now. You got 2 men on base.
No outs.
Nobody out. Do you let him bat or do you move him over?
Well, he's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and he's got a fielder's choice. Nobody out, though. He gets on the ground. Double play. Tough choice here for head coach Brumbaugh.
Yeah, he did put it in play both times, though.
Yep. Think they're going to let him hit here. At least get the runner from second to third. Maybe hit it deep right field. Or roll it right
Yep, they got him
through.
over. They got him over.
And they'll get him through. So now none of that matters.
That's a big play.
That's a huge play in this game. Runners on second and third, nobody out.
The infield's going to have to pull in. Here they come.
Try sacrifice down the first base line.
If this guy's just putting it in play, I think I'd let him just put it in play, see what happens. You got nobody out yet. The next batter struggled with putting the ball in play, but this guy hadn't. He's put it in play both times.
Plus the mix of a couple passed balls. That one's popped up in the infield.
Didn't need that.
It's about the last thing you'd want.
Oh, he missed
dropped it. He'll be safe at first base.
First baseman saved an error.
Yep.
Another error.
Possible run.
Yeah.
As well.
I don't think I can give him a hit on that one.
They'll put it up on the board as an error. And now a tough spot for the Barons. Bases loaded. Nobody out. That's a really rough play to take, especially as a coach.
Yeah.
About one of the only two plays besides the strikeout that you were going to get that would have kept the runners right where they were at and gained it out.
And the next two batters have struggled tonight.
Yep. Try to put it in play or put it deep in the outfield, at least tag it up. A lot of ways you can score a run here with nobody or no outs. And if you're stall, you're probably hunting for that strikeout or at least the double play ball. It's out in right field.
I think you're going to try to
It's
score.
going to be deep enough. Comes the throw. Off the line. And that breaks our tie. As the Bruins add a run on the sacrifice fly from Gavin Shanley. Take the lead 2-1. And Taryn White, excuse me, who was at second, was able to advance as well. So now runners at the corners.
Number 22, Jackson Foot.
Jackson Foot up, struck out in both his at-bats so far.
But you got men on first and third right now. There's a number of plays you could do to try to draw throws so the guy on third could get to home.
Talked about that earlier. Some of that intensity from Coach Brumbaugh right in front of us on display.
Yes.
Has a good point, though, is
He got a good jump over there. And
great jump at first. Yelling at his guys in the dugout to let the batter know to take.
I expect a throw to first base this time.
Especially after he was in motion right there.
No, slide step.
Go home, foul it off. Now ahead 0-2.
He gets rid of that ball in a hurry with that slide step.
Yes.
Not sure why.
Stoppage and play there.
Yeah.
Stahl had to step off, get some words from coach. There he goes. Throw it down to third. So now another runner in scoring position on second base. For the Bruins 0-2, or 1-2 now is the count. Interesting play there. Throw it down to third. But White didn't have too much of a lead anyway. He was able to get back in pretty quick. Drop third, and he's out. Can't advance. So now runners at second and third, 2 outs. So
Two outs.
Just getting ready to say a strikeout would be big there for Stahl. Now just make the play in the field somewhere. Once again, you'd probably...
Stevens, what? Got a hit and walked.
Oh, yep. 1 for 1. Anything but in play if you're Stahl here. All low. In for a strike, 1-1. Well, Stahl's got a chance to make it another one of those innings where it could have been a lot more than what it was.
Yeah.
He can work his way out of this last batter here. That one's pass ball. White's going to run home, and I guess I shouldn't have said anything.
That's
for the sake of Stahl. It's a tough play to take. Pushes the lead.
That's a big play.
Yep. It's the first lead of the game, more than just the 1 run. Bruins would still like to tack on another one sitting out there on third base. Stevens with a chance. Middle of the infield, tough play. Second baseman able to get it. Nice stretch out
play.
First base. Secure that one. But the Bruins strike twice. And they now hold a 2-run lead as we head to the top of the 6th inning.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home. Or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website. SummitCitySports.com. Live streamed high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
There's Ryan looking to center into the slot to Esther, but broken up by Scott. He shoots, hit, scores!
Now the sticks are up. And now this is bad news. Everyone going at it down here in the corner.
Fort Wayne Hockey.
Plong with the deke.
6 teams.
Bone cutter to Ryan Freebie with the shot from the point. He scores!
Live stream games new this season. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome back here, SummitCitySports.com, as we got a late night feature, sectional baseball from Carroll High School, as we are getting ready to set off things in the 6th inning. It'll be Tyler Stahl, the pitcher, leading it off for the Barons, who are looking to get back those 2 runs given up. Pretty sluggish inning, actually. Moved through pretty slowly, but a couple of pass balls allowed the Bruins to score and move those runners home. And as we get later and later into this one, every run is going to matter that much more.
DeKalb's at number 2 in the order, so they need to get something going this inning. It's getting late, 6th inning.
Hard hit ball to second base. Tough play to make. Exactly the type of play that, thing that DeKalb needed. Just a quick hit in the infield. Just get somebody on, be able to get somebody moving here. Put some pressure on Kleinens, who's worked some pretty quick innings, only at 66 pitches.
Number 13, Alec Brunson.
Brunson will step in now. Mentioned Middleburg. 2, 3, and 4 are due up. Stahl already on, so now on Brunson, the catcher. Just the 3rd hit for DeKalb. That one floats in, ball 1. Check over at Stahl first.
I'll caught him asleep over there. He didn't move on the first spin, but he saw him early enough.
Now 2-1. The Barons have got to be careful. Once they get runners on, they got to really pay attention out there because it's been short to come by. Do not want to get picked off.
There, move him up.
Pass ball to move him up. Put him on second.
That's a wild pitch. If it hits the ground before it gets to the catcher, don't give that catcher pass ball.
That's just my natural pass ball call there, wild pitch. Foot's done a pretty good job behind the plate tonight. We'll give him credit where credit's due. That one's low. And a walk. Runner on first and second now. We'll get a meeting at the mound. Coach Brumbaugh wanting to talk to Kleinhand. Still.
Coach doesn't look happy walking out
No, he does not. Still some action, though, down in the Bruin bullpen. We'll see maybe. Obviously want to talk to Kleinhans, but draw some time out for whoever's warming up down there. Look down in the Baron bullpen, have some action as well. Ben Christensen's up to bat now. 0-2 for 2 strikeouts on the night.
Yeah, he's our cleanup hitter, but he hadn't had a good night tonight. He can fix that real quick, couldn't he?
Big opportunity here. The last thing you'd want here is a double play ball. It's about the only thing you're trying to avoid. Just advance the runners any way you can at least. Just need 2 to tie it. Get them both in scoring positions. Look pretty nice. Or just hit them home. That too. First pitch swinging, strike 1 on the foul.
That ball bounced off the catcher, I think, to go back and fair. That's why it wasn't in play.
Got a bunt attempt, brings the infield, and then starts to swing. So he faked him out with the bunt attempt and then came through. A little late on the attempt, it seemed. 0-2. Up and out. Got to be careful going up that high. You don't want to send it over the catcher's head. About the last thing you need in a situation like this.
Yeah, you don't want that tying run on second.
Tough foul out of play. Foul tip.
Foul ball.
Christensen stays alive. Awfully close. Kleinitz is hunting for that strikeout. Keep the runners right where they're at. Another foul.
Christensen's got the bat on a couple of balls this time up there.
Seeing a little bit of better. Got a real chance here to do some damage if he can get around on it. swung through it. Needed the appeal from the infielder, but got a big out. Foot makes the appeal and keeps the runners right where they're at while getting the out.
Against the designated hitter, number 20, Troy Hickman.
Troy Hickman will step in. Now you get the double play, force it anywhere. With the one out, that starts to open things up a little bit for your infield. Get you out of the inning a lot more quick. As Hickman didn't look like a great swing. Didn't look like he saw that one very well.
Yeah, he was fooled. He looked like that curveball fooled him, that first pitch.
Dropped that one up the third base line. Kind of an awkward step there from
Yeah, I got the force out at third.
Schreiber. Got the out, though. So 2 outs. Runners will advance. Lead runner stays at second.
Now batting is the second baseman, number 5, Easton Rhodes.
Easton Rhodes now will step in with 2 outs. So it looked like a big chance for the Barons to try to even things up. 2 on 2. Nobody out. Now you've got 2 on 2 outs.
Ladies and gentlemen, a change into the DeKalb lineup. Courtesy runners, number 3, Landon Metter.
Need a hit here. Rhodes has hit the ball both times up the middle. He's second baseman and center fielder. So he's seeing the ball pretty well.
Top of the 6th inning here for the Barons. You'd like to get your runs now rather than wait till your last potential at bat in the 7th.
Yeah, because you have the bottom of the order up next inning.
Yep. If you're going to get it, you got to get it now. Big spot here for Rhodes.
Ooh.
That one's out, runs at 3-0.
One more ball and tying runs and second base.
There's a called strike. Brings it to 3-1.
Let's go through.
Might get right through. It will. One run's
No.
They're going to hold it up. Good cutoff there in the outfield. Was it shortstop that ran it down or the outfielder or right fielder?
That was the right fielder.
Right fielder.
I don't know where the pitcher was on that throw. If that had got by the catcher, there was nobody behind him. Catcher did a good job smothering it.
So everyone moves up. Base is now loaded, 2 outs. And Dane Menert up to bat. I was told in the pregame scouting, Menert is going to carry the bottom of the order, so he's got a big chance here. So that one's low.
I sure don't want to walk him here.
Put it in play. Most likely it's a tie ball game. Down somewhere in the outfield. That one's low.
Good catch, catcher.
Ran
way
away.
outside and low.
Really stuck his arm out there and just
saved a run.
Saved a run for sure.
Had to take that one.
Still got to make a couple more big pitches here for Kleinitz. You leave it out, walk home a run. That one's out.
If you walk him, there's no chance to get an out. That's
No.
what he was working. That's why he took that last pitch.
All it takes is one out, though, for the Bruins to get out of the inning. So the Barons strike for the first time since that third inning. They were able to get one run. Just only 4 hits. Walks have done the damage. That one's in for a strike.
That was an important pitch. Get that first one across as a strike. That changes the whole at bat now.
Way down that one. That one
Good
flies
block.
out.
Good block by the catcher.
Keeps it up in front of him. Foot's done a good job to keep it in front of him for sure. Saved a couple runs on multiple occasions.
Yes, that would definitely been a run there.
Now 0-2 for Klein. Just has to make one pitch here. Work his way out of the inning. And he did it. Strikes out Novak and leaves him loaded. One run does come home on the walk. But the Bruins still take the lead into the bottom of the 6th. Chance to tack on some more. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th on SummitCitySports.com.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it
They
down.
attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Carl. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores!
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here on SummitCitySports.com as we head into the bottom of the 6th, where the Northrop Bruins lead the DeKalb Barons 3-2. Take a look at the short box score here. Oh, we got some time. 4 hits to the Barons, 7 to the Bruins. Just the 1 error for DeKalb, but it did lead to a run. And right now, a run's the difference. As we get later into this one. For the Bruins, the bottom of the 6th, you're looking to distance your lead a little bit, give you some insurance. DeKalb's trying to get back, get the bats going.
7, 8, and 9 coming up, so they need somebody to get on so they can get back to top of that order.
They're going to stick with Stahl in there. 104 pitches, high pitch count through the game, but been pretty effective in stranding those runners. I mean, 7 hits, been tagged together here and there.
Well, his strikeouts have helped them with their fielding. They didn't have to make a lot of plays.
Brian Bunner leading things off. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out and a walk.
Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for Northrop is the first baseman, number 4, Brian Bunner.
Carroll Chargers await the winner of this one in a Monday matchup on Memorial Day. Stahl gets in for strike 1. That one's at noon. Also going to be live here on SummitCitySports.com. Larry, you'll be back for that one.
Yes, I will. The gunfight at noon.
That one's low, 2-1. Stahl would like to work quick here. Get the Barons back to the dugout and swinging the bats. That one's driven to the gap.
That's right.
Center fielder's going to get under it, though.
Oh, hit ball.
Nice contact, but center fielder able to get under that one.
Now batting is the left fielder, number 7, Marcus Bell.
Bell fouls off the first pitch he sees. 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Last time he was up, he struck out. That one's low, 1-1 now. That one's lined just past the third baseman and the shortstop for the 8th hit of the game. And Marcus Bell puts himself on first base. Now the Bruins are going to make it tough.
Yep. They've got 8 hits, but they've got 10 strikeouts, so that keeps them from, at some point, keeps them from moving around. So the hits are.
Runners left on base has got to be a high number, I'd imagine.
Yes.
Not keeping the count, but the potential's been there for the Bruins to blow this game open, especially over the last 2 innings. They haven't been able to do it. Stahl's gotten that timely strikeout when he's needed it.
Yeah, he has.
Manuel Lopez steps in, victim of 2 strikeouts in both his at-bats. Fouls it off 1-1. You might see the sacrifice here, but he failed in his first at-bat. Trying to sacrifice the runner over at first.
Yeah.
Third baseman's in. A step to hit. And he slaps it fair. Foul ball.
Foul ball. That was inches.
That was close.
But the umpire had a good view of it. It almost hit him.
Right his feet, yeah. First he had to get out of the way, and then he had to make the call. But that foul ball gives Stahl the lead here in the count. 1-2. Now he can go after Lopez. Gotta get a switch of the balls here. So I'd imagine that's the same set they were using from the first game, so these are probably pretty well worn.
No, they're using all different balls.
All different balls?
Yeah.
Been a long night nonetheless, though.
Now they'll start probably with 3 new ones. If they lose any of those, then they'll put some in from the first game.
Count even 2-2. Be a big spot for Lopez in the 9-hole. And he strikes out. So 3 strikeouts for Lopez. One more from the Golden Sombrero, as they call it.
Yeah.
4 strikeouts in the game. Hayden steps in now. 2 outs, runner on first. 1 for 3. 2 strikeouts, and he singled in his last at bat, so he's hitting it. And now at this point, is that one's high for a ball. Stahl's at 117. So this could be his last batter potentially. As he gets to that 120 mark, he can finish the at-bat. Coach Murdoch would really probably like to get him through this at-batter for sure. Wouldn't have to bring in another arm. Now he runs it 2-0.
I think they said he can finish an inning, can he, once he hits 120? I think he can finish the inning, so. He's got 11 Ks, though. That's why he's got so many pitches.
Hayden gets it, hits at the second baseman, makes the play, gets out of the inning, doesn't allow a run. It's exactly what they needed to do. They're going to have any chance to come back here in the top of the 7th. Potential last half inning here from Carroll High School for deciding who will play in the sectional championship against Carroll on Monday. We'll be right here, back after the break.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Crawl. Shot hits the post. And the center feed to Luke Knipps for shot, scores!
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
We welcome you back here for the 7th frame out at Carroll High School. As we just had a personal rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, 7th inning stretch from the DeKalb radio crew. A lot of enthusiasm from those guys for it being almost 11 o'clock here on a Friday night. But we'll take it. And the Barons are going to need some enthusiasm if they're going to break it even or take over the lead potentially. This would be the inning to do it. We mentioned earlier Logan Petrie. 9-1-2 set for the Barons. This is the time to do it.
Be big if Petrie can get on base here.
Yep. He's 0 for 2 with a flat and a ground out.
Because get him on base, you get the top of the order up to move him around.
A lot of ways you can do it in that situation, but you got to get this leadoff guy on. Kleinhans remains in the game. He'll look to finish things out.
Petrie has put the ball in play both times, so.
There his first pitch swing, gets some contact, foul.
Looks like he'll hit it. He just has to hit it where nobody's standing, I guess. Whoops.
Swung through that one, 0-2 early for Kleinhans.
That was changeup. He was way early on that changeup.
Nice pitch there to get it to 0-2. Gets it on the ground. Second baseman charges. Gets it to first, makes the play. And now the Barons are down to the final 2 outs. Makes it a little bit more difficult here. You got your leadoff spot coming up. Colin Goebel, excuse me. And then Stahl will be behind him, and if those two guys reach, burying a double play as
well hit ball,
but right to the center fielder. Now the pitcher Tyler Stahl's up to bat. Bruins need an out, and they'll match with Carroll on Monday here at noon. If you're the Barons, extend the inning the best you can. Tying run's going to always be at the plate, so best case scenario, definitely the long ball. Going to be tough, though, as strike one.
It's making Coach Brumbaugh look pretty good. It left him out there through those tough times when he was out there. The bases loaded a couple times.
Yep. Just over 100 pitches now at 101. 67 strikes at 34 balls. Pretty good outing from Kleinhans so far. That one's hit on the ground. Could be it. Third baseman's got it off to first, and that'll do it. Final from Carroll High School in Game 2. The Northrop Bruins will face off in a rematch from 2 years ago, where right here actually we played it. Carroll and Northrop faced off for the sectional. Northrop won that, but we're going to get a rematch of that game as DeKalb's season ends on that. Bruins move on. Their record improves to 20-8. And they'll have a date with Carroll Monday, as I mentioned. So pretty good performances from both pitchers in this one. Stahl finished with 11 strikeouts.
Yes.
It's 11 strikeouts for Stahl, and only 3 runs given up, which I'd imagine, on most days.
That's a good night.
It's a great night. You look at most games here in high school, baseball in the Fort Wayne area, but just couldn't get the run support tonight and hand it to the Bruins, and Braden Kleinhans only giving up the 2 runs on 4 hits. Really just spreading it out. Barons couldn't get anything going. They couldn't put anything together. They were able to get a couple hits here and there, but nothing really to stretch it. And that'll do it here. So from Carroll High School on a long, long night just before 11 o'clock. We'll finish things off here. I've been Balin Height doing your play-by-play. I've had the pleasure of being next side Larry Windmiller, and he'll be back here Monday with me. So we'll have that coverage for you. Noon start from Carroll High School. It'll be Carroll High School taking on the Carroll Chargers, taking on the Northrop Bruins. Noon start once again. Thank you for tuning in tonight for both games. Just as one game if you were just here for that. We'll leave you on that. Have a great night, everybody. From Carroll High School, the final. Northrop over DeKalb 3-2.